often referred to as a Samson stretch. Okay, put one knee on the ground. And to start, we want to have everything in alignment. So we want our head in alignment with our shoulder in alignment with our hip, and our hip in alignment with our knee. Okay, so we don't want to start out here. We also don't want to start back here, but we want to start with everything in alignment. Okay, we're going to take our pelvis. You're going to take your pelvis and you're going to tuck it underneath. Okay, tuck your tailbone underneath, which is going to stabilize this pelvis. The next thing you're going to do is pull your stomach in and squeeze your glutes. Okay, keep that tight. So you want to keep the stomach pulled in, the glutes engaged during the stretch. Notice I haven't moved forward. Then I'm going to imagine that there's a string attached to my hip right here. And somebody out in front of me is pulling on that string or that rope, which is going to pull my hip forward. Okay? Now one thing we don't want to have happen is when you go forward, you disengage the glutes, you disengage this, and then what you end up having is an arched back. Okay? So if we take the pelvis, what that looks like is having an arched back is you go forward and the hips go forward too, and there's no stretch. Okay, so basically you're in the same position that you started in when you were here. So keeping the pelvis here and letting the pelvis go forward and letting that femur go back is really important. Okay, so again, going over the steps, we want to tuck our pelvis, pull our stomach in, tighten up our glutes. Imagine that somebody's pulling on a rope that's attached to our hip and driving our hip forward, keeping our lumbar spine nice and straight, not letting it arch, and holding that position for about 30 seconds. Okay, after 30 seconds, repeat on the opposite side, same stretch, same way. Okay. Next stretch that we're going to do is a quad stretch. Sometimes you'll see people doing quad stretches, and they'll be, holding the stretch, and their back is nice and curved, and sometimes they look really, really elegant doing this. Okay, other people have a hard time balancing. So to take the balancing aspect out of that, and to keep you from arching your back too much, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the ground. Okay, and how we're going to do this is we're going to pull one leg up. Okay, put our bottom arm or bottom hand onto that, and take our other hand, grab our ankle, and then we're going to extend that leg back. Okay, now what's important on this is that you keep this leg up. Okay, you're going to feel a bit like a pretzel when you're doing this, and that's okay. Right? The other thing is if you want to place a pillow or something underneath your head to support your head, that would be great. That way if you have any neck problems, it won't bother your neck. So again, to set up for this one, grab your knee, grab your ankle with the other hand, and then pull this knee back. Again, imagine that there's a rope tied to your knee, and somebody straight back behind you is pulling on that rope, and you're driving that leg back. Okay? And when you do the stretch, you'll feel it stretch right up the front of your leg. Right? Most people, when they do this stretch, they say, "Oh, my quad stretch is great." I have them lay on their side, they do the stretch, and they're like, "Holy crap, I didn't know my quads were that tight." Okay, so again, hold this stretch for 30 seconds. On stretching, always make sure you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. Okay, after you've done that for 30 seconds, switch to the other side and repeat it for 30 seconds. One thing to remember too when you're stretching is always stretch the tight side more than the side that doesn't feel tight. If both of them feel tight, then stretch both sides. One of them feels more tight than the other, then stretch that side more. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.